Hello, this is Mark McFadden. Welcome to my Word to Web with Hugo in 5 minutes lightning talk. Here you can see the public repo that I have for the talk. Again, all the source code is here. Within the README, you can see the instructions, what to do for each step. And the reason why I'm showing you this first is because in previous incarnations of this talk, it took much longer than 5 minutes. So I am actually going to get right into Visual Studio and go ahead and do this. But first, before I do that, let me go ahead and bring up the documents in question here. And so I'll go ahead and open these guys, and we'll see, for example, here is test1.doc, again, 2 images in it. You can see that particular file there. We're looking at another one called from spaces in name.doc. And again, we see that 3-letter extension. Pandocs will need some updates on that. Our script will do this for us. It will rename files with spaces and then add the proper extension that Pandoc, the tool that we're also using, expects. So those are our Word docs. And so let's go ahead and get it back into Visual Studio here. If we look, I've got a test folder. And again, the instructions say to copy all your Word documents and the scripts into the test folder. And so let's go ahead and let's run our main script since everything is off of that. And so we have a script that renames files with spaces. We have a script that creates the markdown from the Word documents. We have a script that cleans up the markdown syntax. And then finally, we have a script that prepends the front matter into the markdown. So let's go ahead without further ado and run the script. Okay, so if we take a look here, we can see we have our markdown files. Now also per the instructions, what we need to do is we need to copy those markdown files into our Hugo site, which we happen to have right here, our W2W demo. This is a Hugo site. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy those files into the content post folder. We'll do that there, and then we'll go ahead and copy those guys. Okay. Next, we need to take our images folder that was created here that holds all the images from the Word documents that were created in Markdown, and we're going to copy that images folder to our Hugo sites static folder. And so that's where those will reside. So we'll say here images, and then again we're going to put that over into our static, and let's go ahead and make sure we do a recursive on that guy. Okay, so now we should have within our Hugo sites, let's go ahead and test it. So I'm going to go ahead and cd into my Hugo site, and we're going to give it a Hugo serve, and let's go ahead and let's take a look here at our test here. And so we bring this up. We take a look at it, we notice we have our first post, which is already there. And then we have, notice here we have our spaces and all that looks good. Okay, good. There's our header, there's our images. That looks good. We like that. Here's our test doc here again, images and headers. And just so as we had 3 Word documents, we now see we have 3 web pages. Again, coming from the Markdown here. Now notice again, this is local. I have a Netlify app where you see just the previous 1 post is. Here, we have the previous 1 post along with the 3 new markdowns. We want to make sure that we get those into there. And so simply what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back here. Let's go ahead and stop the Hugo serve process. And I'm going to go ahead and get back into my test, because what I want to do here is to run a particular script I've got that will put everything back here, so we're not going to end up committing. I'm lazy. I don't want to sort through everything, all the undocumented or unfollowed files here that we have that aren't part of Git yet, the Git database yet. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab those. We say here, we're going to say, yeah, this is a feature. We're going to say zap here for a GitHub emoji, because this is very exciting. Added markdown files, for example. Again, we're going to have, you normally have a more complete description, commit message, but nonetheless. And so let's go ahead and we'll sync that with our GitHub repo, which again, here, if you look here in within our the talk repo, you can see that there. So there it is there. Let's go ahead now. We'll close that. That's our local. And here we have now our Netlify app. Let me go ahead and refresh it. Let's give it a few more minutes again. It's thinking. And here we go. So our 3 web pages, additional posts now, web pages were part first of Word documents, and within 5 minutes we had them down to Markdown files. Any questions, please, again, come here to the repo again, clone it, fork it, give me feedback. If you make changes, please share them with me, because again, I can use them. Hopefully this will be a helpful part of your word to web pipeline.